Hello to you, my cosmic dragon friends. Welcome or welcome back. Today we're back with a slightly different video. We have done one of these before and we're back to do another one because Bedford is the most popular person on my channel. I'm talking, of course, about my cat. So we've got 3 cat-themed tarot decks for you here today. I'm going to light my candle and we're going to get some incense burning. If you're ready to jump straight to the reading, timestamps are below. So we are going to be looking at wisdom messages from spirit cats, from your feline spirit guides, your pets, or beloved feline companions that have passed to the other side. You don't have to have owned a cat to have this reading. If you feel drawn to it, then the cats in the spirit world have messages for you. And there are lots of them. Cats are very wise. They've been with us for many, many thousands of years now. So today we have 3 piles of cards to choose from. The first pile we have the tarot, what's this one called? This is called the Wise Cat Tarot, and you have a piece of turquoise on this one. The second one along, we have Grimalkins Tarot of Curious Cats, which is absolutely adorable. Really love this one. And the new cherry quartz that I bought the other day, which I'm referring to as cherry pop, because that's what it looks like. It looks like a sweetie. And our third pile today is the cat tarot, and your crystal on this one is Purpurite, which is a little bit unusual. It's kind of got a little bit of a metallic sheen to it, this one. Very special crystal, and it feels almost a little bit soft and velvety. So see which one you are drawn to. I've got my sage and lavender going here. White sage and lavender, cleansing the space, getting ready for the wonderful cat messages to come through to us. Timestamps are in the description below. I will see you in your reading, and Bedford may or may not make an appearance. Hello and welcome, pile number 1. You chose the Wise Cat Tarot and the turquoise crystal. I particularly like this piece of turquoise. It's very, very beautiful. Almost looks like its cousin, Larimar. Although I know this is a piece of turquoise, but it does remind me of Larimar. So the Larimar is also called the dolphin stone. So there could be a connection to Dominican Republic, where that's from, or to dolphins for you, or to Larimar, which is an Atlantean stone, carries a very high vibration, very high level vibration. So you could resonate with having been incarnated in the time of Atlantis, or have memories of lifetimes from then, or flashes of knowledge. Okay. All right, let's see what messages the cats have for you today. What wisdom, what messages they have, what little snippets of advice. Okay. What do you need to know? What do the cats think? I've got my cards upside down is what I think. Got my cards upside down. Now, I don't read reversals, which means they were all upside down. Yes, they're all upside down. Okay. How very much like cats to lie upside down when you're trying to do something. What I want to say here is, have you thought about looking at things from a different perspective? You know how cats like to sort of just roll over randomly and look up at things, you know, exposing their bellies and look up at things from funny angles, especially when they're being playful. So there is a little hint here, there's a little suggestion to have a more playful attitude towards things. Look at them from different directions. Can you see things happening in your life as an opportunity for fun, an opportunity for play, even if they seem to be serious? You know how cats can really joke around. They've got a great sense of humour, and that's the suggestion coming out very strongly here. Try looking at things from a different perspective, a different angle, because they will look different, and maybe you'll feel differently about them as well. So that's your first message. So I'm actually going to turn all of these back the right way again now. Okay. All right, 6 of Swords, moving on to something. Oh, that's a relief to see the 6 of Swords. I feel like the cats want you to move on from something difficult now. And I think this is part of the message. It's a message of encouragement here to help move you forwards. I get the words to drive you forwards as well. And I'm seeing images of Freya, the Norse goddess who drove a chariot that was pulled by 2 cats, no less. As a very strong powerful energy that comes here, which suggests to me that they are acknowledging just what a powerful soul you are, just all the fantastic things you've done and achieved in your life and how hard you've worked. There's an acknowledgement coming through for you from the cats. And if you have actual, pet cats, or have had pet cats, or cats associated with you, neighbours' cats, cats that you interacted with, or even ones that you looked at on videos, I feel that these cats have been trying to tell you for a long time just how strong you are, just how powerful you are, and that better things were possible, better things were available to you. And they want to say that they're very proud of you for everything that you've done and achieved, because it does feel with the King of Wands here that you have achieved a lot, and things are going to improve if they haven't already. They're probably already starting to improve somewhat, and then there's more improvement to come afterwards, which is absolutely wonderful. And with the star off in the distance, that certainly feels like a message that the best is yet to come. Better things are coming. So not just better things, excellent things are coming. It's a very hopeful, and I got the word helpful then as well, very hopeful and positive message here. Just to remind you that yes, you can have that distant dream. It may seem a little bit far off into the distance right now. That may even be cat ownership for some people, your far off dream. But you absolutely can have it. 6 and 14 make 20. And then we have the 17 of the star, so it takes us to 37. 37, 10, 1, change, new beginnings. But 37 is the mystic needing the blueprint. Ah, yes. Your spirituality is what will lead you forwards in your life at this time. And that may be a theme that's already underway, or that may be something that's going to be happening for you in the near future. But it is very much your spirituality, your intuition that's going to be leading you forwards, helping you to, I get the words, mold your life in a different way, to make it look different how you want it to be. But very much coming from a spiritual place of wanting to live in a more calm, spiritual and meditative way. So there is this desire here, I feel, to have, I guess, for want of a better word, a more spiritual life, or more spirituality in your life. And I think that would be a bigger part of your life moving forwards, regardless of how big a part it is right now. I mean, it could be huge already, but I feel like it's only going to get bigger, but in the best, most positive way. Really lovely here, because Spirit have big plans for you, and the Spirit cats are no exception here. They've got big plans, big important plans for you, big stuff to do. Okay, King of Coins. We get no kings here. Wow. 7 of Wands, so it's not all straightforward. And the Fool. So new beginnings coming in. Wow, the Hanged Man. All right. And the Hanged Man, what's distinctive about the Hanged Man? Well, on the normal card, he's looking at things from a different perspective because he's hung by his foot. He's upside down, like all our cards were at the beginning. It's that new perspective I feel coming in with the Hanged Man in the future position here. So, King of Coins, there's strong king energy here. So we could have some men watching this one, or we could have people who resonate more with the masculine energy, which doesn't have anything to do with sex or gender. Very empowered energy for this group. You could be a professional, you could be somebody who's very accomplished in certain things in your life, and that certainly shows. It does feel like you are a visionary, you are somebody who will make the changes even if they're difficult. And certainly with the 7 of Wands here, they have not been easy. Look at this little cat balancing on those stones there with the wands in front of her. It does feel to me like you're not out of the woods yet. There are still some challenges to go, but they are necessary, and you absolutely can make your way through them. I don't think it will be any struggle for you, because cats have excellent balance. So it's really not a problem for the cat to stay up there for any length of time. She can sit, she can balance, because she's a cat. So it's like, well, yeah, but she's a cat. Cats always land on their feet. So with the Fool here as well, what I see is you branching out in a new direction, having things change really quite dramatically on your life as well. So it could be a change of career, a change of circumstance, a change of home. With the coins and the wands here, I'm more inclined to talk about very practical parts of life. And I do see you eventually seeing things from a different perspective. But what I really like about the Hanged Man here is this little cat looks like he's in a wrecking ball. He's doing a Miley Cyrus. He's coming in like a wrecking ball. This is a wrecking ball cat. So it could be that you decide to take a wrecking ball to your own life and change things up a bit and make possibly some unexpected changes, or maybe some unexpected changes come in. But to be fair, we haven't got the tower, so it does feel like you're in control of the changes here, because I'm not seeing anything unexpected happen. It does feel like you are in control, you are very aware of the difficulties, but you're prepared to make the sacrifices necessary to get the outcomes that you're waiting for, that you are looking for. So next we're just going to get some general advice. Now this is my own cat oracle deck, just a little handwritten deck, and it is written inspired by the energy of my previous cat Evie, who sadly passed away a couple of years ago. She was a feisty little Aries, and her energy is imprinted all over this pack of cards. So we'll see what she has to say to you today, what advice she and wisdom she has to impart. So milk, very nice one, Evie. Litter tray, my Neki Neko, I thought I was going to get them out, and cranberry. Okay. All right, so Evie's little cat deck here. So milk, treat yourself. Milk was always a treat for Evie, coming in on number 9 at the end of the cycle. Celebrate the end of the cycle. Celebrate everything that you've achieved. Celebrate everything that you've done so far. Recognise yourself for everything that you've done and achieved. And I'm not saying you have to drink milk, because some of us, like me, are allergic to it and or vegan. So it's just representative as a treat that you enjoy, to give yourself some recognition for everything that you've done, strived for and worked through. Next we have the litter tray on 43.7. Loving that. The litter tray obviously is where cats go to the bathroom, so it could be that there's something that needs to be got rid of, cleaned away. I do have the theme of expelling something that is no longer required, just like cats do in their litter tray. But they can also get stinky if they're not cleaned out regularly enough, because they are not self-cleaning. Even the self-cleaning ones are not really self-cleaning. So there is a reminder here that there's something to clear out of your life. It could be clutter, it could be emotional clutter, mental clutter, it could be actual stuff in your house. Maybe you need to do a bit of a spring clean, but regardless, that message is there. So take that as it applies to you and your life. Neki Neko, the beckoning cat on 33. Very lucky, very fortunate symbol to come in here. So Neki Neko is the beckoning cat. I have one. I will show you. So this is one of mine. I have many. I think they're adorable. These are the ones that little paw does this. You might have seen them outside a Chinese restaurant. So Neki Neko, it's actually Japanese but very popular in China. So Neki Neko brings success in business, beckons clients if you're a business person, which I feel many of you will be with the King of Wands and King of Pentacles here. So it's success in business and money, beckoning that good fortune for you, but with a higher purpose on 33.6 there, a higher purpose, a higher heart-centered purpose. So I don't feel you're the kind of person that makes money for the sake of it. And if you do, there is definitely a nudge to make sure you're sharing and doing your charity work. But I think you're that kind of person anyway, so I don't feel like I need to tell you that. But there's certainly recognition that financially things will be improving for you. If it's clients that you're looking for, or investors that you're looking for, or interest in your business, Neki Neko is quite a strong sign here that you will get what you have asked for. And cranberry. So Evie was a little girl cat, and before I got her, before I adopted her, she had had 3 litters of kittens. She was a grandmother by the time I met her. I met 2 of her offspring and 1 of her grand kittens. So they were like 3 generations of these cats living in this house. Lovely cats. But she was the one that wanted to come home with me, and she gave me absolutely no choice in the matter. She basically said, this is my human, the rest of you can bugger off. Because I'd actually gone to see one of the other cats. I wasn't visiting with the intention to take her, because they were all up for adoption, all 4 of them. But she chose me. I did not have any choice in the matter. So that in itself could be another message for you there. Something maybe about to choose you, and it might be a little bit unexpected. And that could be a romantic partner as well. Or a cat. Right, cranberry. So cranberry juice and cranberry extract are what's used for cystitis, for example. That's a home remedy for cystitis. So I actually used to give her a little dash of cranberry juice in her water occasionally because she was very prone to urinary tract infections, and of course you have to take those very, very seriously, and if you have a urinary tract infection you have to go and see a doctor immediately. But cranberry juice can help to alleviate the symptoms. So yes, I did have to treat her a couple of times. We had to take her to the vet for that, and she was very prone to it, but as soon as I got a little hint of it, I'd immediately give her cranberry juice in her water, and that seemed to help it to clear up. So that was really positive for her. But the point of my saying that is not to give medical advice, because we don't do that here. We do not give veterinarian advice here. You have to talk to a qualified professional for that, not a tarot reader. And it's on number 4, which is a very solid foundational number. So with this card, it is very much about being aware of your health and what you need and how to look after yourself. So there is a nudge to make sure that you are in touch with your body, to make sure you are taking care of your body and doing all the things you need to do, going to see whatever medical practitioner, holistic practitioner you need to go and see, as and when you need to do it. And to remember the real world stuff, the physical world stuff matters too. It can't all be about the spiritual, because we talked a lot about stuff happening in the spiritual world for you, part 1. But you must take care of the physical and the physical body too, particularly if you've been neglecting it. And you might have been neglecting because you've been working too hard. You might have been neglecting it doing too much spiritual work. You know, there's all kinds of different reasons that we can neglect our body, and we might think we're doing a good thing, but it's never good to neglect the physical body, because it does need to be loved and taken care of and given what it needs to stay in tip-top condition. Cranberry can also be a nudge to drink fruit juice or eat fruit, to consume more fruits. So that might be a message for you. That's one for you to interpret as you see fit. Right, we're just going to get one last card here from the Kitten Tarot. No, we're not. Not the Kitten Tarot. We've got some other things to do first. I nearly forgot. Here they are. Law of Positivism. I love this because it's got a cat on the front. I mean, it's a lioness, but, you know, it's a cat. Okay, let's get some more messages. So I'm going to shuffle these on camera, but I'm going to actually pick them off camera because some of them are not YouTube friendly, and I will need to use my sensor shells or sensor cats. So, right. What do we have for my palm ones? Oh, good. No censoring necessary. Through meditation, I see clearly beyond the veils of illusion. Wow. Yes, seeing what is truly real. And I follow the cycles of my body. That's what we were talking about with the cranberry, paying attention to show your body loving care, paying attention to it when it's up, when it's down, when it's feeling energized, when it's feeling tired, paying attention to what it needs, and when it needs it as well. So we get one more for you. And my body knows how to self-heal. There's a lot about physical healing here, pile 1. So there's definitely a nudge there for you to be paying attention to your health, to your physical body, whether it's a change of food, exercise, whether you need to go to the doctor, go to the gym. There's a little bit of a nudge to make sure you're doing what you need to do for your body, because that could be the part of your life that you haven't been doing so well with, because the other parts seem to be pretty good. But positive change is on its way. Lie upside down and look at the world like cats do. See how different it looks to you. That could be a nudge as well to lie on the yoga mat. So there's that too. Let's just get a little Kitten Tarot card before we finish. I love this deck, it's so cute. I'll get one of these. I wish I had more cat decks, more cat oracle decks, because I've got lots of cat tarot decks. I don't have many cat oracle decks, so I'm going to be publishing my own one soon. I actually have got one coming tomorrow, but it hasn't arrived yet. How dare it? How dare it take so long? Right. 10 of Swords. Okay. Look at him. And again, I was holding the deck upside down, so there's definitely this theme of seeing things from a different perspective. Or maybe you're literally seeing things upside down at the moment. 10 of Swords. Yeah, you've been through it. You've been through it, but that's over now. That cycle's over now. The new cycle is about to begin. You've been through it. You survived. You got this. Spirit cats, your spirit cat guides are there with you too. So just remember, Par 1, You got this. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. I do actually have some basic subscription levels as well. If you want to join the channel and become a member, I have a very, very basic membership level that you can join to support me, where I will be putting up occasional behind the scenes videos, and in due course there will be more levels as and when that's appropriate. So I hope this was helpful. You take very, very good care of yourselves. I'll see you again very soon. Bye bye. Hello pile 2, and welcome to your cat wisdom reading. So you chose the Grimalkins Curious Cats Tarot and the Cherry Pop Quartz. Okay, it's actually Cherry Quartz, but you guys will know by now I'm calling it Cherry Pop because that's its name, it told me. Right, so it does look very much like a sweetie, like a little reward, like a lollipop, like a lollipop that you've already had a bit of a go at, so it's starting to lose its shape. You know what I mean. Gorgeous. There's a very fun energy with this crystal and with this particular group. A very fun but very highly mystical energy here as well. So it's coming in with a very playful soul energy, but a very high vibrational, advanced spiritual group finding this message. So we're going to put our little crystal there. So I do feel like I've got some very advanced souls watching, very spiritual people watching. Okay, but also very childlike in very beautiful ways. So I'm loving this energy already. Let's take a look. Oh, we've got cards jumping out already. Okay, there's a Bedford cat, sort of. All right. Six of Cups, the Moon, and the Five of Swords. Okay, you'll notice we've got little Maneki Neko here on the desk with us now, who joined us during pile 1, but I wanted to leave her there. So she's staying with us for now, bringing us some good fortune. So Six of Cups, nostalgia, the Moon, that which is hidden. And the Five of Swords. Oh, okay. So what I'm feeling for you guys, pile 2, there's certainly a sense of uncertainty right now and wishing things were easier, perhaps how they were in the past. But I want to say things actually weren't easier in the past, and I don't know whether this is childhood or recent past or another sort of circumstances you found yourself in. But whatever's going on now, it's okay. It's not as scary as it appears. You just don't have all the facts yet. You just don't have all the information yet. So I think it seems like it could be worse than it actually is going to be. All right. And I don't think it's going to be too bad. So I think you're okay. You're all right. But you may be living a little bit in the past at the moment. You might even be living too much in your spiritual energy, in your you're spending too much time in the 5D. You know, wanting to commune with your spirit guides and forget the physical world because it's just all a bit too much at the moment, too many unknowns. Feels like there's some deception around you, people intentionally hiding the truth, and that can certainly make you feel defensive. There's a defensive field here. Field? Interesting. I was going to say a defensive field, but it's almost like there's an energy field around you which is protecting you at the moment. So you might consciously be putting up psychic protection at the moment, or that might be something that you need to do. So see if that resonates for you. Because if you look at this card, the Five of Swords, there's a dog in the background. Cats and dogs generally are not friends, although there's a rose on the table. Can you trust it? You know, a show of affection from someone who's normally the enemy, can it be trusted? And the cat seems to be wearing one of the swords on its back, and it's got the dog's ball there, like it's holding it hostage. Like, I've got his ball, I will keep it for myself until he begs me nicely to give it back again, otherwise I will beat him. You know, I always enjoy videos of cats beating up dogs. That's always hilarious to me. Not seriously beating them up, but you know what I mean, getting the better of them. That's always fun for me. I like to see the undercat getting the upper paw. Okay, but this card is very beautiful. Look at all the roses on this one. Wow. We've only got one rose now, whereas previously we had like whole gardens full of it. Definitely a change here. A change. A very summery feeling on this this card here, I'm harking back to summertime, and just the fact I'm using the word harking takes me to a very strange place. I don't know if that's a reference to literature or a different time or a different era, a different lifetime of yours. But certainly there's a memory of something from the past, which we have a little remnant of now, but we've lost a lot. There's been a lot of loss, and that could have been emotional loss, financial loss, you know, it could be loss of peace, loss of well-being. There's been a lot of loss. And I get the word sacrifice there as well, to get to where you've been. Interesting, to get to where you've been. This could be a future past timeline. All right. Yeah. What I'm being told is you're going to be shifting timelines a couple of times. So there's a future past timeline coming through here. It's like a past that didn't happen to you on this lifetime, this timeline. But you will have memories of when you shift. Okay. I hope that made sense. If it didn't, ask me in the comments and I'll explain what I mean. So, the Magician. Yes, more roses. And death. I love the death card. It's very beautiful. Okay. And it's nothing to be scared of either, because this is not to be taken literally. It's about change. It's about leaving something behind. It's about the death of something. And interestingly, we have the Queen of Wands here, and we have the King of Wands in pile 1. So if you have a partner or husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, they might resonate more with pile 1 if you resonate with pile 2. So there could be like messages for your other half in pile 1. Okay. Your romantic partner. So that's just a little one going out there. That's an unusual message for me to get, so that'll be a very specific one for some people. That won't necessarily resonate for everyone. Remember, this is a group reading, not every message is for every person. Okay, the Magician, magic tea, I want to say, with the teacup here. We've got this lovely moth in the chrysalis on the magic wand of the Magician. We've also got roses everywhere, very beautiful, very magical energy. This King of Swords just fell off in my hand, so I'm going to introduce the clever King of Swords as well. Of course he's a sort of Eastern-looking cat. Of course, he's a bit Siamese. They're going to be very clever, aren't they? Okay, bringing in the brains of the operation, but also the beauty. So I feel in relationships, you are actually the brains and the beauty, regardless of whether you're male or female. I think you carry both of those traits. They could have a lot of air signs or people with air in their chart watching this one as well, because there's a lot of intelligence that comes through here, a lot of discernment, but also that can bring anxiety. It can make you very prone to anxiety and to worry. So the Magician needs to make something new, but in order to do that, he needs to leave something behind. He needs to get rid of something else. There needs to be a metaphorical death, not a literal one. All right. And that's kind of in a desert as well, this one, with the crows and this lady with the bright red hair in the background. There's a wolf there as well. So lots of scary imagery for the cat, although the lady looks quite happy with her hugely long red hair. So very much connecting with the base chakra, the root chakra here. So there's a lot of passion coming through here. So I think the change will be born from passion, because look how the cat skeleton is painted, like the Day of the Dead that they have in Mexico. Is it Mexico, South America? Don't come at me. Yeah, and the heart is intact. So very magical, almost like a shaman energy coming through here with this particular death card. This is a shaman cat. I'm going to show it to you because my light's bouncing off it and I appreciate you can't see it very well. This is a shaman cat coming to guide you forwards, but advising you that some things will need to be left behind and gotten rid of or let go, so that you can move forwards and not to be afraid. Not to be afraid, but to lead with confidence and grace, to understand that you will have your time in the sun again. You will have your time in the sun again. I feel like this year's Lion's Gate, which is the 8th of August, it's an energy portal on the 8th of August, is going to be particularly pertinent for you as well, particularly important. But it's all you. You know, you are responsible for all of the positive changes that are going to happen in your life. It will all be down to you. It will not be down to chance. You are trying your best to achieve them at the moment without all the information, without any help. But I see that you are doing it regardless, because you have the magic wand and you are more than capable of wielding it. There's a very regal energy that comes through here for you, pile 2. So I feel like you could have been like royalty or something in a previous lifetime, on previous timelines. Maybe you are royalty now. Maybe you're connected to royalty. Maybe you have cats that are called a royal something. I'm getting a royal Bengal. I don't know if that's a real thing. I have a Bengal, as you know. He hasn't come to join us yet because he's busy doing important cat stuff. And obviously I wouldn't bother him. Okay, interesting. 6 of Pentacles jumping out now. That's interesting because I was just idly shuffling the cards and cards are starting to jump out. So clearly they have a lot to say. I wasn't going to take another one. But the clarity of vision is coming through. And I feel soon enough you will have the equal give and take that you've been looking for. There will be a partner who steps in to help and support you here in business, in work, in life, in very practical matters moving forwards. Somebody who's very different to you but very capable. Somebody who's not going to be selfish, who is not going to dangle a fishbone when they've actually got lots of actual beautiful fish they could be sharing with you. So it might not be the business or work partner that you were expecting it to be, but it is the right person. I think there is somebody who's a little bit more meek that you should be sharing with, somebody who is less showy, less flashy. If you have a choice of new bosses, new companies to work for, or new clients, something like that, it's the less flashy. I feel that there's a choice of 2. It's the less flashy one, the less ostentatious, pompous one. I think perhaps may seem less confident, but it's not a lack of confidence, it's a lack of arrogance. They are the one to work with. That's what I want to say there. So obviously that's a message for some very specific people. That won't be for everyone. But there is a stairway to heaven that will be presented to you very soon. I feel there is a strong and consistent path towards success that's going to be presented to you in your life, which is very nice. Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles, slowest card in the deck. So it may feel a little bit slower than you were hoping, but that's necessary because you're a very high vibrational being. And the problem is every step you take on your journey in physical matters, whether it's a job, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a friendship, a hobby, you impact so many people everywhere you go. All right, you literally impact so many people on a soul level, on a spiritual level, emotionally, the things that you tell them, the things that, I don't want to say that, the way your energy impacts on them, just being around you. You impact so many people that it takes quite a heavy toll on your being, which is why things have to be slower in your life. Because if your life went at the same pace, the same speed as the average person's, it would run you ragged, and I don't think your body would be able to survive. I think it would be exhausted and it wouldn't be able to cope because your energy would be trying to build itself back up again after being depleted over and over and over again. Your energy gets depleted every time you help somebody, just a little bit, but it does. You give so freely and so beautifully of yourself that sometimes you need to recuperate. And that can be frustrating because you think, well, why can't I just rush ahead and get everything done quickly like everyone else? Well, that's why. Because you're giving so much to everybody else, completely subconsciously a lot of the time, sometimes consciously, sometimes knowingly, but other people receive so much from you. It's not so much a taking as a receiving. That you need that extra time to go slowly and take it easy because you give so much of yourself at every step. That's a really beautiful message, actually, Pile 2, can I just say? That's really nice. So we're going to get some cards from my cat oracle deck here, which is based on the energy of my cat Evie. You may remember her from a couple of years ago. She sadly passed away. She was a very feisty little Aries, and this deck very much has her energy all over it. So, let's see what Evie has to say to you. Queen, yes she is. She's the queen. Fleas, oh no. Claws and teeth. Fresh grass. My goodness. And on the bottom we got catnip, so bringing the fun element in there as well. But this is a fun group, so I would expect that. Okay, queen. Yes, Evie was a queen. So female cats are known as queen. Breeding female cats are known as queens, aren't they? Actually comes from the Old English word for prostitute, lady of the night. Because cats were considered to be very promiscuous because of their mating rituals, which is silly. It's just a misunderstanding of their mating ritual. Cats are just cats. Wow. But I feel like there is a reminder here. There's a matriarch energy, a matriarchal energy. So you could be a matriarch in your family. You could hold a position of authority or respect in people's lives. And that doesn't mean you're necessarily a woman, because you may not be. But there's a very regal energy. I said about royal earlier, didn't I? Yeah, that was this group, wasn't it? Interesting. Fleas, yes. Okay. What is irritating you? What is annoying you? What is tickling you? What is irritating and annoying and biting and gnawing away at you? What's causing you irritation, annoyance? Fleas come with a message. Usually something that is hidden, because you don't see fleas very much. They're very hard to spot. But boy, do you feel their effects. And I want to go back to the moon card, which is sat directly on top of here. So the moon is about that which is hidden, that which you can't see, and it can be quite negative energy, kind of objectively. But negative, well, that's subjective anyway. Negative and positive is subjective, so it's the divine feminine, but it is that which is hidden, because you can't see properly at night time. When the moon's out, you can't see as clearly as you can in the sunshine. Everything looks a bit weird, and things can look a bit scary, and you don't know where everything is, and you can't see properly. And you know, fleas bring the message of this hidden annoyance that keeps biting you, and you can't quite work out where it's coming from. It's that problem, that hidden problem, that you need to root out and get to the bottom of, so that you can solve whatever problem is annoying you. It's just more of an annoyance than anything else, but whatever's pissing you off, you can get to the bottom of it. But something is, and it could be a health issue, it could be something that keeps happening, you know, a repeating cycle. It could literally be fleas in your house. Okay, I'm dropping the cards now. Right, so 32.5, so that's interesting. So we've got 52.7 there, very mystical, but spiritual number as well, with 5 and 2. Oh, are you guys tired? Because now I'm yawning. 32.5 with the fleas. Yeah. So balance is needed for your new blueprint for life, your new plan for life. Balance is needed, and if you're balanced, you won't get fleas. Okay, I'm just saying. Also, very specific message for some people. There's something called psychic fleas, which are not fleas at all, but it's just a sort of a tickly sensation that you get after doing a meditation or psychic work. So I just want to put that out there, that's a thing. So if that's something you've experienced, you didn't know what it was, that's what it was. It's psychic fleas. Okay. Claws and teeth on 18. 18 is the moon. Very strong moon theme coming through here again. So that moon card we just looked at in the tarot, that's number 18. So 18-9 energy coming through very strongly. So there could be an actual connection to the actual moon here for you, or to the moon cycle, to the full moon. There could be a specific date that's falling on a full moon or a new moon. But claws and teeth, well, that's all about fighting. We had the 5 of Swords at the beginning, which is about struggle and dishonesty and having to kind of stand your ground, and people getting one up over somebody else at someone else's expense, and zero-sum gains. Claws and teeth, be prepared to defend yourself. But we know you are, because we've got the King of Swords here with you. You're the Magician. You're very capable of defending yourself in many different ways. But it could be time for some projection magic. Whoa. Oh, thank you for those words, Spirit. Okay, Spirit Cats, you've been clever. I was going to say protection magic, but instead they put projection magic in my mouth instead. So projection, who is projecting what onto you? And that's usually where we have problem with other people. They project things onto us, okay, that are not real. They see things in us that annoy them, which are actually projections of aspects of themselves, unhealed aspects of themselves. It's a psychology term. I like a bit of psychology. I hope you do too. But things that people maybe accuse you of that you're not doing, or they dislike you because something about you triggers them in some way. So be prepared to defend yourself against those people, because I feel they are around you at this time, and you'll know if that's the case. And if you don't know it yet, you'll know it very soon. Please protect yourself. Please make sure you lock your doors, you're taking care of yourself. Just be mindful of your home security. Nothing I want you to worry about, but please just be aware. Make sure you lock your car, and make sure you put up your psychic protection 2. Okay, fresh grass. Now, Bedford would eating this morning because he's got a fur ball at the moment and he keeps throwing up in my house. Thanks, Bedford. It's not his fault. He's eating grass for the right reason because he needs to. And it is something that cats have to do. And I was surprised when I was working as a cat sitter a few years ago. I was surprised the number of cat owners who had no idea that their indoor cats needed fresh grass to eat. Whenever they wanted it, because it's actually very helpful for cats' digestion. It helps them bring up fur balls, which otherwise get lodged in their tummies, make them very uncomfortable. So they need grass. It's medicinal for them. It's very, very important. And if you don't provide your cats with grass, you can actually, you can buy containers of seeds of kitty grass. And bespoke kitty grass that you can grow for them, and they'll love you for it if you do that. If you don't grow that for them and your cats can't get outside to get to the grass, mine can, he can go help himself. If they can't, they'll start eating plants that they think have similar ingredients in them. I don't know exactly what it is in the grass that has that effect on them, but they will seek out plants in your house that seem to have a similar effect. And there are certain things like Draconis plants, very popular. Spider plants, I think they'll try and eat those as well. But yeah, my dragon plant down, I've got a dragon tree. What is it called? Draconis. It's an indoor plant. It's a tropical plant that's very difficult to kill, but they're very popular with cats who need grass. So don't let them eat that. So there is a nudge here to make sure that you're eating your fresh vegetables and fruit and everything that you need, even if it doesn't taste very nice, because obviously grass doesn't taste very nice to cats. They eat it because they know they have to, not because they necessarily want to. It's not a snack. It's not enjoyable for them. It's not a treat. It's something they do because they know it's the right thing to do. And on the short term, it's unpleasant, but on the long term, they feel a lot better for it. So there's a message there for somebody too. So we are going to go to the Gateway of Light Activation Oracle because this is a very, very spiritual group, and these were the cards I was told to get for you guys, my partoos. So, all right, what have we got here then? I can actually draw these ones on camera because aren't any rude ones on here. And by rude, I mean, oh no, a naked cherub. Oh God, give me a YouTube strike, Okay. Of course, I say that, now it's going to have some nudity, isn't it? Right, the Divine Matrix. Yeah, I wanted to say the Divine Matriarch. Isn't that interesting? And I can't speak now. It got put on top of the Queen card. The Divine Matrix. Interconnectedness. Synchronicity. God incidences. So not coincidences, but spiritual ones. God incidences. What is the divine doing to help you? Well, they're definitely doing something. Halls of a mentee initiation, secrets revealed, treasures uncovered, initiations, and Holy Grail. Holy Grail, guys. This is a very, very high level spiritual reading. On the bottom, we've got Arcturian light codes. So energy coming in from the Arcturians, from their world. Evolutionary downloads, recalling power and future thinking. So future timelines opening up here for you, and certainly the connection to future past timelines that we had coming through. So you may start to have memories of things that you don't actually remember happening in this lifetime, but you know that you experienced them at some point. So they're coming in from other timelines. So knowledge and wisdom as well coming in from other timelines, coming in from your spirit cats too, who are connected to the Arcturians themselves. So righty ho. Wow. So there's a lot coming down. We've got some real downloads coming in here. Real. It is inner discovery. Yeah, the Holy Grail says inner discovery, finding sacredness, you are what you seek. Yes, finding yourself at the end of the tunnel. You were the light all along. You were the light at the end of your own tunnel. You were the light, you were the tunnel. You were also the train coming the other way. You are one, you are everything. There's a lot of wisdom coming through from higher levels here. So do pay attention to it, because I feel like your guides and your spirit cats have a lot to tell you, a lot to teach you as well. A lot of spiritual advancement, spiritual growth going to be happening over the next... I was trying to get a number of months. And I got 6, 9, 12 months. So I think there could be different things happening at 6, 9 and 12. Which is very interesting, but very even intervals as well. Remember, this reading is timeless, so that could be happening at different times for different people. Okay, good stuff. Alrighty, one last card. We get one last card from the Kitten Tarot, which is adorable. Okay, just one. Just one to finish off for my pile twos, and it's the Seven of Cups, which came flying out. And the Seven of Cups is about choices and decisions. And I guess the final word from your spirit cats here is the choice is yours. The path is there to follow it if you wish to do so, but we're not going to force you. Because cats are contrarian, they won't do that. They won't do what you try and force them to do. So I also want to say, don't try and force yourself to do something you don't want to do. But also, do the things that you do need to do. So a bit of a contradictory message there, but also that two things can be true at once. Two things can be true at once. Two seemingly opposite things can be true at once. So choose wisely, my friends. I hope you'll accept these loving messages from the spirit cats. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. I do have a new membership set up on this YouTube channel, so you can become a member of the channel. I don't offer a lot right now. It's just literally if you want to support me, and there will be some behind the scenes and special content which will expand in due course. But I'll be eternally grateful, but I never expect that from people. So I hope this was helpful. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you all very soon. In the meantime, you take very good care of yourselves. Bye-bye. Hello to my pile threes and welcome to your cat wisdom reading. Messages from your cat spiritual guides. I was going to say spirit guides, and spiritual came out then, so they're already having fun with me. Remember, these messages come through me, not from me. This is a group reading, not an individual reading, and not every message will be for every person. Okay, onwards. So you, my lovely pile threes, chose the very beautiful Cat Tarot, one of my favourite decks. I know I always say that, but I also always mean it. Absolutely adorable deck, this one. This is beautiful, and this is genuine copy as well, because there are knockoffs of this deck all over the place, and so make sure you always buy the genuine one so that the actual author and artist gets what they are due. So your crystal is the gorgeous Purpurite, one of my favourite crystals. I got this one from Jenny Powell because of course I did. Very high vibrational crystal here, connecting to the crown chakra, connecting you to your spirit guides, to the spirit world, also to Reiki healing, and to higher healing energies. And for some reason we seem to be going down a healing path today. Interesting. I didn't know that was going to happen, but here we are. Okay, let's see what messages your cat spirit guides have for you today. What messages coming through from the higher realms, the higher wisdom realms, from our beloved cat companions. All right. Okay, now I don't use this deck very much, so this is going to be interesting because I don't even remember if I've got upturned cards in here or not. No, I haven't. Okay. Alrighty, don't doubt yourselves. The Four of Treats, the Three of Claws, no, hang on, 5, and the Knight of Swords. So, then we have the 4 of Claws and the 5 of Toys. All right, so I'm trying to remember which is which when it comes to the suits here. If I remember rightly, these are pentacles, these are swords, and oh no, are they wands? Yes, the toys are wands, aren't they? I'm just going to check the book 1 second. Yes, I had it the right way around. Fantastic, good to know. It's such a fun deck, this one. Okay, I'm really loving the upturned cat here. Now, this is the 4 of Swords, but look at him, he's upside down. This has been quite a strong theme going out through all of our readings today. So you may feel drawn to watch 1 and or 2 as well as this group. So I'm just going to put it out there because this is a very, very strong theme of being upside down and seeing things from a different angle. And this is exactly what I was describing for pile 1. You know when cats roll on their back and look at stuff from upside down and they're all adorable. So cute. So in this deck, however, this is the 4 of Swords, which is about rest. So I'm going to say, yes, look at things from a different perspective, but You need to rest, and then I think everything will look different. You might be overtired at the moment. You may have been overexerting yourself, like the Knight of Swords here, rushing around too much, being impulsive, making silly decisions, making unwise decisions perhaps, or just stretching yourself too thin. Five of Swords. Oh, second time out today. Okay, so yeah, disagreements, spreading yourself too thin and feeling like you haven't got enough to show for it. Now that's sad, isn't it? Isn't that an explanation of our modern world for a lot of people, though? Running yourself ragged for a pittance, barely earning a crust, feeling like you're spreading yourself too thin and not having enough time or energy for yourself, and then, you know, having arguments maybe with loved ones, or feeling like there's just too much struggle. Oh, that's really sad. And then the Five of Wands, just trying to juggle everything at the same time. I mean, goodness me, trying to do too much. There's too many toys here. We're only 2 little kittens. We can't manage to play with 5 toys all at once. Please make it stop. We're a bit stressed out now. At first we thought this was going to be fun, but it's actually a bit overwhelming. Okay, so there's definitely a sense of exhaustion, overwhelm, overwork, and needing to have a bit of a rest here. And maybe it's affecting your attitude. Maybe you've been a bit mean to some people, or a bit snappy recently, and you know, that's okay. We all get snappy sometimes. I'm looking at my skull here. He's laughing as I say that. I'm just imagining him being snappy, snapping his teeth. But we all get snappy, we all get tired. So there's certainly a nudge here that something in your lifestyle needs to give, something has to change. And it may be difficult, particularly if you're not earning enough money, or you feel like you don't have a choice right now. And I respect that. You know, I'm not saying don't do what you need to do, because you have to do what you have to do. But the warning is there with the Tower that if you don't rest, you will be made to rest. So please, when you can, when you have the opportunity to, please take care of yourself, please rest, please ensure that you are taking care of yourself as best you can, rather than doom scrolling. Get some good sleep, or go to a yoga class, or, you know, there's free yoga classes on YouTube if you can't afford to go to one. Things don't have to cost money. There are a lot of things that are free, and that includes going for a walk in nature, or even just to the park, if that's as far as you can go. Yeah. Because I see this real sense of your life being quite difficult, of there being a lot of struggle, a lot of difficulty for you, Pile 3. And I'm really sorry to hear that, because that sucks. That's very rough. Yeah, but it does seem like change is inevitable with the Tower in the future position there. It does feel like change is inevitable, and you won't necessarily be in control of it, but you can be ready to jump. Okay, so the cats are jumping off their tree. Their scratching post cat tree, and they're jumping down because they've been scared by lightning, so they weren't planning to jump down, so they've kind of had to hurry. But because they're cats, they can twist and contort themselves so that they land comfortably, and it won't be a problem. For humans, however, it's a little bit more difficult. We're not so good at jumping off things like that. So there is a message here that at some point you're going to need to jump off the cat tree, so make sure you're in shape and you're ready to do it when the time comes. Okay, at some point there's going to be a big shift, a big change, and it will be unexpected most likely, and quite sudden. So that could be a change of job, it could be a job coming to an end, it could be a sudden need to move to a different place, to a different country. Whatever it is, it's unexpected. It's not something you can't handle, it's absolutely something you can handle. But by being prepared, by being physically, emotionally, mentally prepared, in as good a state as you can be, in as rested a state as you can be, you will be able to weather the storm a lot more easily. Be prepared is the message I have for you here, my Pile 3s. Be prepared, rest, rejuvenate, get yourself ready for the next phase, and you'll be ready for whatever life throws at you, okay? Because not everything's in your control right now. And right now you're just spread too thin, you're too tired. Okay. So, no, it's the 8 of fish bowls. It's the 8 of pentacles. Lovely. So the rewards will be coming. Look at the little cat licking his lips. Looks a bit like Bedford, my cat. Oh, 7 of bowls, which is the 7 of cups. And the Ace of Cups. There's your fantastic new beginning. So on the bottom is the Devil. Yes, he looks scary, but he's on a lead. There's not much he can actually do. Okay, so with the 3 stars here, I do want to talk about a possible love triangle here for some people. That could be you could have a difficult romantic situation that you're having to deal with, but you will get the upper paw over the dog at some point. Do not be afraid of that dog. Okay, because what I'm being shown is actually a very good outcome for you. I'm being shown rewards, mastery at work, being recognised for your talents and being rewarded for them, and being given new choices and new options that perhaps you weren't expecting. And the choices aren't necessarily the easiest thing to deal with, because the Seven of Cups does come in with a very kind of a tricky energy. It's, I think, in the near future, I want to say, could be as soon as the next 3 months for some of you watching here, whenever that is for you, because this is a timeless reading. Unexpected choices and decisions coming in, and like they say, too much choice is a fine headache. And I think there'll be part of you that's wondering, which is the path that takes me on a spiritual path? Which one, you know, takes me on the right path spiritually? Which is the right decision to make from a spiritual point of view? And it all seems very difficult and very different because they all look so different. The truth is there's the same food in every single bowl. They're just different colours. Okay, so don't be bamboozled by choice. Just go for the one you think looks the tastiest. And that'll be the right one for you. So it's a case of choosing the thing that you would like. Which colour do you like? Because cats can't even see all of those colours. Okay? So it's just excessive amounts of choice there. And the cat's like, I can't even see half these colours. I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking at. That's grey. That's grey. That's grey. I can see that one. That's great. So Ace of Cups, there it is. So after the Tower moment, after some things come tumbling down and you might have an unexpected change of direction, unexpected change, there's this positive new beginning that's starting there. And with the Ace of Cups, it brings in the energy of the heart here as well. So it could be a new relationship or the rekindling of a relationship coming in, perhaps after some difficulties, or perhaps even after a love rival appears on the scene. For some people, that's a very specific message for somebody. That won't be for everyone. Remember, this is a group reading, so not every message is for every person. So let's get some messages from Evie, my little cat who passed away a couple of years ago, helped me to create this deck, this little cat oracle message deck. I will be publishing it properly at some point because she deserves the recognition for all her hard work as my familiar for all those years. Okay. She was a feisty little Aries, and boy did we know about it. And yes, of course she has her own YouTube channel. It's called Tabby Stunner. Okay. Kibble. Yes, we got food here. Jump up. Sekhmet. Girl power and nap time. Okay, so just confirmation there with the nap time and the Four of Swords. Yeah, you need a rest. Pile 3, for goodness sake, go and have a cat nap. Right, go and get your cat, go and snuggle up and go to sleep. And I appreciate not everyone can do that. I can pretty much do that with Bedford and he will cuddle with me. Not all cats are cuddly, I get it. Not everyone has a cat. I'm sorry if you don't have a cat. I'm sorry for you. Nap time on 17. Things will look different, and I think you'll get your sparkle back if you can make a concerted effort to get more rest. And I mean quality rest. You know, maybe having like a nice bath and then going to bed. You know, getting good quality sleep by going to bed earlier. You know, if necessary, adjust the temperature in your bedroom. It might be too hot, might be too cold. Maybe you're wearing the wrong clothes at bedtime. Maybe someone with 4 paws is disturbing you at night and you need to shut them out of your room. Okay, that could be a thing too. I just saw 57:57 on the clock then. And I'm sorry to cats all around the world, but you know what you do. You know what you do. Don't start on me. Okay. We've all been jumped on in the middle of the night, okay, by a cat and possibly by someone else. But that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about cats, not naughty matters. Okay. My cat's pretty naughty, but yeah, that's not what he's after. So that took quite a turn. Sorry about that, everyone. So Sekhmet, moving swiftly on. God. Poodle, are you watching this one? Is this why the dirty jokes are coming out? Is it your fault again? Come on, own up in the comments. I know it's you. Sekhmet, the lioness-headed Egyptian goddess, is with us right now with Sekhmet, very powerful Egyptian goddess. She is, I'm going to see, where is my book? Hang on. I've got a deck that actually has a picture of her in that I really like, which I'm going to get to show you because I want to bring in her energy a bit more strongly. Here she is, Sekhmet from my Goddess Oracle cards. So this is the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards. Sekhmet, be strong. You are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. She's very powerful. She is associated with lionesses, who are not only incredibly strong as big cats go. I think lions are possibly are they the strongest big cats? I forget. They're very strong. They're quite large as well, and they're also very sociable. They live in groups, they live in prides. So there is a reminder here that lionesses work together. They carry each other. They look after each other's offspring. They work together. So there could be some female support coming in here for you with Sekhmet as well. There's also a reminder that you can reach out to her, ask her for help, ask her for her support when you need it, when you're not feeling strong enough to do things on your own. And I feel like we're going backwards in these cards here, which is interesting. So we're going on reverse course right now. So that could be a message as well. You may need to go on reverse course for some reason at some point soon, but that's okay. That's absolutely okay. So 3811. 2, bringing in higher wisdom, eternity leading the blueprint. So yeah, there's definitely high level spiritual guidance coming in here for you from lionesses, not just cats, lionesses. Beautiful. Okay. You may be guided to study about the white lions of Timbavati. Let me show you the book, because I am the spiritual librarian. Of course I have a book on that. Mystery of the White Lions. So the White Lions of Timbavati may be a connection for you. That's a nudge for anyone that resonates for. I think I bought that book secondhand. It's a Hay House one. What have I done? I've tidied my bookcase. There we go. Jump up. Jump around. Jump up, and jump down. Jump, jump, jump. Who remembers that song? Okay, so jump up. It's funny because I was talking about jumping off the tower, wasn't I? The cat's jumping off the cat tree. Jump up. It does feel like there is a nudge here to actually physically jump. Now, I don't know if that's appropriate for you. Obviously, I don't know anything about anyone watching, but there could be a nudge to do some physical exercise that does involve some sort of jumping, trampolining, I don't know, whatever you're drawn to, whatever's right for you. You don't have to jump, of course, but there's a connection there for someone. Maybe it's basketball, netball, volleyball. I'm not sure. I'm just seeing physical jumping, and I kind of get this sense of movement, body movement coming in here. So that's for somebody. I mean, it could be ballet, it could be dance, high jump, or it could be just playing with your cat, and your cat's the one that does all of the jumping. But there's a connection there for someone. Very unusual message, but it comes in with a spiritual nudge on 2911-2, which again comes in with higher levels of wisdom. So there is something about jumping here. So that's very, very interesting. But I feel like it is preparing you for this shift, this change, whatever it is. I feel you will need to be able to jump in some way, shape or form, not necessarily physically, okay, because that may not be appropriate for you. You know your body. Don't say, Helen, I went and did some jumping jacks and now I've pulled a muscle and I'm going to sue you, because no. I didn't say that. Okay. And kibble on number 10, 10-1. 10-1, 10 is the new cycle. It's the second cycle. So we start a new cycle, but we start with experience. Okay, we actually know what we're doing this time around because we've done it once before. We're not complete noobs. We're not complete newbies here. We've eaten the kibble before. We know what it is. We know it's okay. And we know that if we wait, we might get some tuna. Okay, if we make enough of a fuss, if we meow enough, we won't have to be stuck with the dry kibble. We'll actually get some tuna if we make enough of a fuss. So I feel there is a case for putting yourself first here. And I was talking at the beginning about working incredibly hard and spreading yourself thin. And I think you've learned some difficult lessons in life about putting yourself out too much for bosses or for people who didn't appreciate you. And that's the new cycle I see starting for you, where you know better and you don't let other people take advantage of you, or you don't let other people walk all over you. Okay, get some Dreamweaver's Oracle. Look at that cat. Cats everywhere. Cats everywhere. Dream come true for me. I love cats. There's even a cat on my mug. Look, there's Bedford. Isn't he cute? Here's my Bedford. It's my little boy. who still hasn't come to join us, so he must be doing something really important outside. Okay. He's probably just staring at another cat, because that's what they do. They just sit around and glare at each other. Or he's gone in the neighbour's house again. He likes that. Okay. Let the fire dragons sleep. What was I saying about sleeping? Bedtime. Come on, bedtime. That's enough. Stop overworking. Okay. All the magic everywhere. Wow. And when it's time to say goodbye. Yes, and I like how that's come out to be positioned on the tower, because it will be time to say goodbye to certain parts of your life quite soon. And that could be a job that you're not enjoying, or certain colleagues, or a boss, or a friendship group, or something that isn't quite right. Maybe you kind of all feel like you're in the same boat, but you wouldn't really have anything in common if you weren't all in this stressful situation together, whatever that may be. Let the dragon sleep. For goodness sake, get some rest. Okay. I want to say with this card, don't let your mind run away with you. And that could be why you're having trouble resting or sleeping. Maybe your mind's running off in 10 different directions. Because with number 2 energy here and these 2 different dragons, which are clearly different polarities, it's like you're being pulled in 2 different directions, unable to find the middle ground or to relax. There's a lot of worry about extreme positions here, none of which are probably true. So I want to say, don't worry. Everything will turn out okay, even if you're worried about very extreme outcomes happening. And that could be to do with stuff in the wider world as well. You know, you could be very worried about very, very serious consequences happening. And I just want to say it won't be as bad as you're thinking. Okay, it'll be okay. Just put the bag of rocks down, let the dragon sleep. I'm going to be using that expression now. Let the fire dragons sleep. They've done enough. They've done enough damage. Okay. Put them to bed now. Put the worry to bed now, because all the magic is everywhere. Wow, all the potential in the world is there for you if you're prepared to take it for this next step on your journey. And these cards are very trippy. Very trippy. It's kind of like a dinosaur with an elephant type head here, holding a very weird looking fish. Seems to be wearing like snowshoes across space. There's a little dolphin. I love how trippy these cards are. They really speak to me. It's a Colette Baron Reid, actually, but obviously she's not the artist. But I love these pictures because they're so weird. Just going a little bit into the energy of these cards to see what wants to jump out for us. Interesting, we've got dragons on the ends here when it's time to say goodbye. So there's like a water dragon there and a fire dragon there. So bringing balance into the elements in our lives. Where you were previously burning up, advancing quickly and maybe burning yourself out a little bit too much. Things need to slow down, cool down, and then come to a natural end as the fire gets put out by the cooling waters. But when your tail's been on fire for that long, I think that's quite welcome. Okay, no longer running around with your hair on fire. That's what's coming to an end, and that is very deliberate. Your guides, your spirit team, your spirit cats are doing that very deliberately. They're going to bring this situation where your hair's on fire to the end. Okay. Has to come to an end now. You will find balance again, and you will start to see the magic in life. And I'm not saying you don't see the magic in life, because I know you do, Part 3. I know you do. But you'll be able to appreciate it a bit more because you'll actually have a second to think about it, or a second to contemplate, to ponder it for yourself. Little nudge to full moon gazing here as well, and getting that message coming through. So that could be something that you enjoy doing, gazing at the full moon. Maybe that's something you're nudged to do, but be careful if you do that, because obviously that is reflected sunlight and you can damage your retinas. So again, don't stare at it for too long. That's something you have to be careful of. That's something I learned actually when I was studying astronomy when I was a teenager, and I used to get my dad's big binoculars out and put them on a tripod because you can't possibly hold them because they're incredibly heavy. But they're better than like the average telescope that you can get hold of on a budget. And sometimes I'd look at the moon if there was a full moon. And boy, is that thing bright. Sheesh. It's very, very bright. You have to be careful. Okay. So, fire's turning to water. The wheel's turning. Your magic coming back. I'm feeling like this sense of relaxation. Like, thank heavens for that. That's your outcome. So one last message from the Adorable Kitten Tarot. You guys know I love this deck. Just one last message from your kitty cats. And it is 9 of Cups, the Wish card. Woohoo! Yes, here's a little sneak preview of the good things to come. So yes, you can have better. You absolutely can. And I think your prayers have been heard and answered as well. So the changes coming up, much as some of them might be unwelcome in some ways, they will take you on to bigger and better things. So just keep your eyes on the prize and remember that you can achieve your goals. You can have better. Stay hopeful, stay positive, my pile threes. You're doing great. So I hope that was helpful for some of you. I hope some of those messages resonated. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what resonated for you. I do now have memberships on the channel, just a very basic level at this point. If you're watching it while I'm posting this video, who knows what I'll have in the future. I will be making some exclusive behind the scenes videos for my members just as a little thank you, but it's just a very low level membership just to help support me if you would like to do that. Absolutely no obligation. So please take very good care of yourselves, my pile three. I will see you in the next reading. You take care. Bye-bye.